All righty, we are coming on board and, pardon me, going to get our comments loaded and get my camera positioned. I normally don't do this until we get started. I'm not sure why, but oh, you can get to see my mess. That's not good. Oh well, it's okay. All right, let me move my chair over a little bit. Yeah, I gotta turn my camera back a little bit more. Good Lord. There we go. Trying to get, oh, then you get to see my thing. That's not good. Let me turn. Let me adjust my camera. I don't want that thing to be seen. It's a mess. Let me turn my bot a little bit. How's that? No, I gotta get a, there we go. I can't figure out what I'm doing. Oh, I'm trying to look at the camera, but I don't want you to see all my junk, but it looks like you're gonna have to see it anyway, so. Oh, well, okie dokie. I am early. I'm about 4 minutes early. And me and the dog, we will sit here and wait until you all come on. Let's see. If you're watching on YouTube and you're new to my channel, welcome. And please make sure that you subscribe and click the bell to be notified when I update new videos or when I add new videos. And also take a look at my membership. I'm offering 3 levels of membership through my through my YouTube channel. So take a look at that. Hey Marcia, how are you? And in the meantime, we're going to sit here and wait till everybody comes back on. How's everything with you? Are y'all having that cold spell? I know one thing. We got up and it was, and I know this doesn't sound cold to people that, you know, are used to cold weather, but we got up, it was 56 degrees this morning when I got up to walk the dog, and the high is 66. So it's chilly down here in Florida. That's all I can say. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I got to grab a Tic Tac. I don't know what it is with this weather, but I think that, you know, we're all going through a cold spell. So anyways, it's okay. It's okay. I do have winter clothing. Excuse me for looking at the back of my head. I'm trying to make sure I've got everything that I need. I'm good. Outside of the cold weather. I think I need to turn that light off back there. Give me 1 second. I think it's giving me weight. I think it's giving me too many shadows. I think that helps. There we go. Since I'm in, I thought so. We all must be on that same cool spell, which, you know, I don't mind it being cool, but I don't like to be cold. So, anyways, and then I got down here to our cousin has this little, they call it a ghost apartment. It's like a 400 square foot studio apartment where we live, and he never comes here, but it's here in case something ever happens to him. And so I use it as my paper crafting. And so I don't have that many lights because we didn't want to pay extra money to have lights put in all this other mess. And so I was talking to one of the neighbors, and he works at our thrift store. And he said, well, I've got, I said, well, when you go Saturday, would you look and see, I just need old cheapy, another lamp in here in where the living room area is so I can watch television while I'm waiting on Tuesday night. And next thing I know, he's coming over with this tall lamp, the one you can see behind me. It's got 3 light levels, you know, go, I guess, low, medium, and high. He brought that over for me to help so it wouldn't be dark. I thought that's so nice of him, but I told him he was going to take it back once I get a regular, another lamp or something. But it's nice. But I think it was putting too many shadows, too much light back there. But anyways, so it's nice to have this little place down here. People think I live here, and I'm only like 1.5 miles from our house. But I come here every day, so all the people know me. They think, well, they know now that I don't live here, but. Okay, Linda Carter has just joined us on Facebook. Welcome, Linda. I saw it pop up on my screen. So, but we're going to give it a few more minutes. And I don't know why all this stuff's popping up. We'll give it a few more minutes because it's 6:59, so we'll wait till about 7:04. But we will start. I've got 2 cards that I'm going to show, that I am going to be showing you today. I switched out one of them to do on Friday for Technique for Fundamental Friday. And that one is a oh God, a curvy gatefold is what we're going to do on Friday at 12 o'clock that's Eastern time for our Technique Friday. So I had to make a quick change in cards, but we're going to do another fun fold. And then I'm doing a Twisted Easel Fan card. I don't know if you've seen that yet or not, but it's a really fun. It's really not that hard to make. I saw you pop on there. How are you doing, Linda? Ready to watch and just saved. Good. So anyway, so it's cold here today, and but it's all right. Tomorrow's supposed to be just as cold, so we just have to pull our cold clothing out of the cabinets and the closets or drawers or wherever, and we'll be good to go. So, but I'm excited to show you these. This one card I have made years ago, and you come across things and you go, oh my gosh, I remember making that card. So it's always good to come back and see something that that we've made before, but we forget that we have it. We've used it. So I'm going to start out with the easier of the two, and then we'll do the fan one. We'll do the fan one last. But it actually is pretty easy, and that one I got off YouTube from a lady that is in, I think she's in Australia, and I did not catch her name, though. No, I don't have it. I have it written down in another book, but I don't have it in front of me. But anyways, so that'd be a nice different kind of card that we can make. It can be very feminine. So, but anyway, so we'll get started here in a couple of minutes. Hello, Karen Young from Bradenton, Florida. Enjoying the cold weather? We were just talking about that. Of course, cold for us is not cold for the people out west and up north, Our cold is like they're going, whoo, this feels comfortable. It's one of the maintenance guys that I used to run into him every morning, but now that Riley and I are getting up much earlier, I don't see him as often, but he's from New York. And every time we see him, he always gives Riley treats. And he's like loving it because it's cool, but it's not cold like it is in New York. And so I'm like, whatever, but excuse me, I've got a Tic Tac in my mouth, sorry. So anyways, we will start here in about a minute or so. We'll let a few more people pop in, and then we'll get started. I think the one card, I don't think it's going to take that long. It just depends. I do have to pull the big shot in for one thing. I got everything pre-cut, but on the one card, I can't do it until we actually do the card. So just to let y'all know that. All right, so that's the Twisted Easel. I don't need that one right now, but we're going to do this one. And I found a pack of paper. Oh my God. You guys, I have way too much. When you buy the designer paper, there's only so much you can use. And I just found a pack of 6x6 paper that I don't think I even used it. And here it is. It's in the holiday catalog. Our temp just got to the high 39s. Oh, in Idaho? Holy moly. Well, I guess Karen and I are happy that we're only like 56. 56 was our low. 66 was our high today. I assume Bradenton's about the same. But anyways, but I think I'm going to have to start sending out paper for free. Mailing out papers as surprise. You might get some happy mail with some couple of sheets of paper in there. I have it listed on my Etsy store, all the retired stuff to sell. And I am, just to give you a heads up, I was going to do a BOGO, but I think with Thanksgiving coming and the holidays, I thought it was going to be way too much. So after the first of the year, I am going to do a BOGO. So be on the lookout for that. I'll try to get that scheduled as soon as I can, because I got to move. I got to take a lot of the pictures from my Etsy store and move them over to Facebook into folders. And that's probably going to be a little time consuming. So anyways, all right, well, let's go ahead and get started. Let me do my introduction for those that may have just joined or might be lurking. I'm Dawn Duvall. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I live in Fort Myers, Florida, where it is cold today. I think our high was 66. But anyways, I've been a demonstrator for 12 years. Love what I do. Sometimes it can be frustrating, but overall, it's all good. Where can you retire and do what you love to do? And so tonight we are going to be creating 2 different types of fun folds. One's going to be a twisted, what do I call it? It's a Twisted Easel Fan card. And then the first card we're going to do is just another fun fold that we're going to be doing some cutting. And I'm using the retired circle dies, just to let you all know that. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera down. Let me go over a couple of things. We are at the end of the month, or getting close to it. So if you place a $50 order in my online store, then you will receive a email from me within about 2 days of your order that contains 52 tutorial projects that are created by myself and demonstrators across the United States and around the world where Stampin' Up! Is located. These are great for inspiration. You can copy them, use them any way that you want. So that's one thing. And then the other thing I just want to share, I'm doing a calendar. It's not a class, it's an online. You have the option. It's a CD calendar. They're about 4 by 5.5-ish. And it's held in an old repurposed CD case. And you have 2 options. I will decorate them for you if you choose. And here's just a few samplings of what I've done for the, just picking ideas. For each month, I try to do something a little different. January, I kind of did a beachy theme, and of course, Valentine's Day. So if you're interested, you want me to decorate them, then the first one is $10. I'm sorry, the first one's $20, and then each one thereafter would be half price, so you would get those at $10, and that does include shipping. So the first one is at $20, and then everything after the first one would be $10. Or if you just want the templates themselves with the CD case, then those are $10, and then for each one thereafter, it would be $5 a piece, and that does include the shipping. So just thought I'd throw that out there. I used to do these as an in-person class, but since we're not in person, I thought, well, what's the next best thing is to give you the option for me to decorate them, and you pay for that, or you get the template and the blank. They will be pre-cut to fit in the template, and then you just decorate them yourself. So if you think that's something you might be interested in, just shoot me a message. Any way, shape, or form is fine with me. Okie doke. All right, so this is the paper that I just found, and it's called Garden Walk Designer Series paper, and it's in the holiday catalog. And this is the really sad thing. This is the first time I'm using it, and that's sad. So we have like 30. What do we have? 30, 40 some days before the end of the year when this catalog goes out of circuit, and I could use it, but you know how that goes. But it's really, we're going to be using this piece here, that piece actually, well, we are going to be using both sides, and this one you'll see in just a minute. But it's some really pretty paper. There's, you know, like all of our 6x6s, they're some of them are holiday related, some of them are more flowers. I'm not sure. Well, it says walk, what is it called? Garden walk, so it would be a lot of flowers and stuff. So I thought that's pretty nice. And then the backs are kind of neutralish design, so those can be used all year. So these might come in handy when I start doing my one sheet wonders, because you can always use up those papers for, that's when I do my multiple series of cards, and it's a quick and easy way for me to make a lot of cards in a short amount of time. So, okay. So the card that we're going to make this evening, hang on a minute, let me put this up here on the shelf so I can stay organized. We're going to make this fun fold here. Now, what I did, and you'll see in just a minute, so here's the card that we're going to make. I'm using different materials, though. And this is one that opens, we cut the circle out, and then it opens like that. All right, so we close it, and then we open it back up. So we're going to be using the retired circle dies, or if you have punches, you probably, well, no, you're going to need the circle dies because you're going to have to do some cutting. But anyways, that's what we're doing. So if you have the layered circle dies, I'm using the scallop, which is, I think it's 2 3/4. Hang on. Yeah, well, this one's about 3 inches for this scallop circle. And then I'm using a 2 3/4 regular circle, and then a 2 1/2. Okay. And I'll show you what we'll be doing and how I did them, because I've already got these cut out, and I'll just bring the big shot in for just the one right here for when we get ready to do the front of the card. Okay? All right, so you're going to start out with, let me gather my supplies. We're going to start out with an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock. I'm going to set that off to the side. And, of course, we're going to score that. No, we're not. So, yeah, we're going to score it, but not like I thought. Yeah, we are. We're going to score that at, let me get my notes here. Yeah, 4 1/4. Hello. Let me get my paper trimmer, and we are going to do some scoring. All right, so you have just a regular base cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5. Score at 4 1/4, and this is Poppy Parade, in case you're wondering. I love this color. All right, so we're going to take that, put that off right there. Then we're going to need a piece of basic white. And this piece is going to be cut at 5 by 8 inches. And with the 8 inches going across, we are going to score this at 4 inches. And then we're going to move it down and move it down to 6. And we're going to score it. Let me lift this thing up just a tad because I don't want to get to my 6 mark. And we'll score at 6. Okay. So 8 by 5, and then score at 4 and 6 inches. Okay. And let's see, I think that's it. All right, as far as scoring. And then you're going to take a piece of designer paper, and that's going to be like a normal 4 by 5 1/4. And then we're going to have 2 pieces of the designer paper that are 1 3/4 by 4 3/4. And this is the back side of that paper. Isn't that pretty? So we're going to use that. And then we're going to cut our circles. So when we needed a scallop like this. So we're going to take that, the 3-inch scallop circle, and then we're going to put, and I'm going to show you in case you don't know how to do this. So we're going to take the smaller one inside this one, and then you'll layer that like that on top of your designer paper, and then you'll run it through the die cutting machine, and then it will come out with this little outline. Okay, and that's what we're going to put on the front of the card. And then we'll do the inside. We'll cut a 2 1/2, and then we're going to also cut 2 3/4, and that's going to just go on the back of this to give it some stability. And then I'll show you what we're going to do with this in just a moment. Okay. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take, I'm going to move these out of the way, and we're going to take our cardstock and we're going to fold. And I apologize if you see my fingernail. I went to open one of my, I don't even know what you call it. It's called Unique, I think. It's a thing that I can put my phone on. Well, I was trying to get the daggone thing. I have acrylic nails, as you can tell. I was trying to get the thing open, and I pushed it back, and it hit my fingernail and popped my nail off. So just in case you're wondering why my nails look like they do, that's why. I figured I might as well talk about it because I know y'all can see it. It's a little embarrassing. Okay, so you're going to take your white, and you're going to fold it like this, okay? So we're just going to fold it like that. And then we're going to take, and we're going to put these 2 strips, however you want, on the inside of the card, all right? And you don't have to put one here if you don't want to, but I do. So I think I'm going to put this one on the inside. This is going to be on the outside, so I think I'm going to put that there so it kind of coordinates. And then when they open it, they'll see this pretty little piece right here. So we're going to go ahead and add some adhesive, and I made sure I started out with a fresh bottle. Don't you hate covering up paper when it's pretty like this? Let me get my mat under here just to be on the safe side. So let's go ahead. Let's see, what are we doing? We're going to do on this side. Ooh. And we'll just add some of our liquid glue. Put that there. And then I'm going to add this piece right on here. And I just am amazed that I have this paper. I cannot believe I hadn't even used it. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, and then this one, we're just going to put adhesive on the back side, and we'll just flip it over to show the pretty flowers. I thought this would be, not that I don't like the holidays, but sometimes you get enough of the holiday cards and you're like, I think I want to see some flowers or something. Just something a little different. All right, so we're going to put that one right there, okay? And then for the inside, What do I want to do? Do I want to stamp it? I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to stamp it now, and then we're going to put it inside our card, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and use my Poppy Parade ink, and then I'm using the, where is it? The Joy to You. It's the set that has these large, I really like these large sentiments. So I'm going to use the May Your Christmas Be Merry and Bright. So I'm going to ink this up in Poppy Parade. And since this is a red rubber, then I don't need to worry about anything. So I'm just going to place it right there, which that means I don't have a lot of room to write my message. So there you go. And I probably, ooh, that's crooked. Oh, well, that's okay. Whoever's going to get this one is going to be crooked. That's why I should never stamped until I can't flip it over now. But that's all right. Okay. That's okay. All right. I'm going to put this off to the side for just a second. We're now going to bring this one in. This is our 8.5 by 5.5, our base card. And let me give it a good press with the bone folder. All right. So we're going to add this piece to the front of the card. All right, and I wanted those stripes. I just thought they kind of looked Christmassy, so I thought, well, throw that on the front. All right, so we're going to put that right on here. I'm going to add that right about there. Okay, oops. All right, so we're going to do that. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to place the where's my circle? The 1/2 inch circle, the 1/2 inch circle, not 1/2 inch, I'm sorry, 2.5 inch circle. We're going to place that right about here on the card, and we have to run this through the Big Shot. Sorry, the die cutting, the Stampin' Cut by the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. All of a sudden, I started calling it the Big Shot. So bear with me. I know y'all know how to use a Big Shot, but I'm going to pull it in just so that you can see. All we're going to do is place it on here. And let me get my plates in here. So we're going to lay this on. Of course, we got to open up our card, right? So you want to kind of get it centered, like you don't want it too centered at the bottom, but you want it kind of centered towards the center up. So I think that looks good about like that. I'm just going to put a little piece of tape here just to hold it. And I'm wondering that might be too high. Let me see. Do I want it that high? Let me bring it down just a little bit. I think I want a little bit. We'll just put that right there. Okay. And then we're going to stick this one on here. And then we'll run this through the machine. That's how we're going to cut out. And then I'll show you what we'll do. And we'll start cranking. You know, I try to use my little one as much as possible, only because it's just so much easier and it doesn't take up as much space. But, you know, obviously the card is bigger than what the little one will accept, so we obviously can't use that. So let me move this out of the way. Plus, this thing weighs a ton. I feel like I'm always trying to lift weights with that. All right, so we're going to pop this out. And now we have this little piece that we actually could have used that. I think that one might be a little bit bigger. All right, so there you go. There's our hole. And I just got gunk all over from my, oh, well, I guess you need to pay attention to your plates because I've got a little bit of funk on here, and I'll cut that. I'll get the eraser because that looks like glue. Okay, so we've got that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take some adhesive and we're going to outline this part. So let me put this down here. So we'll go ahead and put some Tombow right along the edge of this little scallop circle, and we don't need a lot, so I'm going to try to not talk quite as much so I can get it on here. Got to concentrate. All right, so we're going to take that, and then we're just going to outline the circle hole that we cut out. So this is the one that was the 3 inches, and then the scallop, and then the inside was the 2.5. Okay, so there's our inside piece. All right, now we're going to take our white piece that we've got. So it's going to close. This is going to go like that, and then once we close it, then we'll pop our circle on there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. So let me go ahead and get my adhesive. And, of course, now with all these lights on, now I'm about to sweat to death. I swear, getting older is terrible. You know, my younger days, it would never bother me, but I guess I got lights on, camera lights, all sorts of lights. Okay, so we're going to place that right in there. And we're going to let that sit for just a minute. Okay, now I went ahead and chose to pull, why did I do that one? I don't want that one. That goes with the other one. Well, hang on a minute. Let me think what I'm doing. No. All right, so we're going to use, I guess I am using this one, but I'm not sure why I'm doing that because the paper. Don't ask me why I'm doing this pretty. Oh, you know what? I was thinking I was using the other paper. Oh, I know why, because of that. Okay. So on here, gosh, all right, so we're going to use, now this one you can save and use this for something else. If you have another card or something that you want to put a circle on. So let me throw that over there. I am going to stamp the, from the So Very Merry stamp set, I'm going to use the gingerbread house, and we're going to color that in. So let me bring in my Memento Black. I knew I did that for a reason. I probably should have put it on the other side, but that's all right. So we're going to stamp the gingerbread. So let me go ahead and do some, and then we'll do some quick coloring on this one. It shouldn't take too long to do. And this fits just perfect on this little circle. All right, and then we'll go ahead and get this colored. Let me clean off my stamp real quick. Move those out of the way. All right, so I'm going to bring in, I am going to bring in some of the Pretty Peacock and Pecan Delight, or Pecan Pie, sorry. And we're going to do some of the coloring. So let me take my Poppy, and we're going to start with the dark, and I'm just going to make the candy canes around the front and side of the house. So I'm just going to do every other little mark here so that we can kind of give some distinction there. And I guess we'll put this one here. So just bear with me, since they're a little tiny. Have to make sure I don't start coloring the wrong one. I think I did that once before. Imagine that. All right, and then here we'll put one there. We'll put one right here. And then, let's see, that one's going to go white, so we'll make this one down here. All right, and we'll just go ahead and do that. And then on this side, we'll do the same. We're just going to color that and do that piece right there. I think that's good for now. And then we'll come back in with the light, and we'll go ahead and fill in the areas that, you know, why am I doing that? It's supposed to stay white. See? Whew. Not paying attention. All right, now we're going to come in and color. Oh, wait. Got to do this one over here. I forgot. This little piece back here. So let's do that, and we'll do this one. Okay. And you can color these however you want to color them, you know. All right, so I'm going to take the, I don't know if I want to do, maybe I'll do dark and light on these cookies. Let's see. We'll do a dark. Let me see what it looks like if I do that. I think that'll look like different colored shingles. All right, so I'm just going to do some dark throughout. And then I'll come back and do some light. And we'll come down here. Probably should have left a space on. That's all right. We'll come over here. And we'll come down here. Let's see, we got that one. Let's do this one. This is the part that takes a little bit of time, right? Because you got to color all these little tiny pieces. So I'm just going to just color different ones. There's no rhyme or reason why I'm doing this. So we'll put one here. And I think we're going to do like that. And then I'm going to come back with, and I think I'll do a couple of these. We'll do two. Let's do two of these. And the rest of them we'll do lighter. Do y'all talk to yourself when you color or when you're stamping? I want to know. Because I do. I talk to well, that's only because I talk to myself all the time anyways. My husband always wonders if I'm talking to him or if I'm talking to the dog. You never know. So I just tell him not to answer unless I call his name. So, do y'all do that? Oh, you did notice the broken one? Yeah. Well, if I keep my fingers closed, you wouldn't have seen it, but I know that, you know, I'm always looking at people's fingernails, which is probably not a good thing, but anyways. But that's my excuse. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do the back side of this with the light. And let's see what else. I guess these are probably little cookies here, aren't they? So let's do that. I think the last time I made that like a window. I think I'll leave it open. I don't think I'll color it. And then I'm going to do the, I think I'm going to do the peacock around on the house itself. So I'm still having a hard time getting used to these little, the little knobs on for the pencil type nub thing or whatever. I'm just not used to, because this one's kind of squared. It's not even pointy. And you can see that I'm having a hard time. I don't like that. So let me see if I can use this side. This one's much better. Oh, you know what? That's what it is. That's supposed to be my, look at that. That's supposed to be my, can you see that? That's supposed to be my, this one. No wonder it was weird. There's my nub thing right there. Huh. I never knew that. Do y'all's look like that? I'm going to have to look at my other ones now. I thought I was crazy. All right, let's see. Let me think. Yeah, look how dark that is there. I don't think I like that, but anyways. All right, we're gonna make this house look kind of peacocky. And how do I want to do this? I guess we'll color this part here. I'm gonna leave some of it. I might leave some of it white. I'm just putting this color on here because I wanted it to kind of go with my paper on the inside. All right, and I guess we'll do this little stripe here. I'm gonna have to look at my other nubs or the other brush parts and see if that's what they look like, because I don't think I like that. And I definitely don't. That was light, so I definitely don't want to come in with dark. So I don't know what I should do with this rest of this house. What color would go with peacock? How about if we do, let's see, what would the blue look like? What do you think? Yeah, why not? Let's just do some, what is this, balmy blue? Yep, this is balmy. We'll just put some balmy blue on here. That's okay. We're going to make it work. I'm going to leave that guy open so it looks like it's got, I could put some yellow there, but I'm not going to get up. So, all right. Well, that's my funky gingerbread house. But you know what? It's my little house, so I can do what I want, right? So, all right. So this guy, we're going to attach to this right here. And then this is going to get attached to here. And then what we'll do is once we close it, we're going to get it to where we need to have it closed. And they'll work, we'll have to push everything around and get it to work so it's going to close the right way. All right, see what I mean? So let's go ahead and add this on here first. And there, then before we put the adhesive on our peacock, we'll go ahead and adjust where we need to put this to get it to go through our circle, to show where it's going to show up through our circle, okay? So it looks like we probably will have to put it right about there, and that's pretty daggone close, isn't it? And I thought we'd be able to see. Oh, you know what I did? I think I used, did I use that one? Hang on, which circle did I use? I did use that one. I wonder why it's not showing through this one. But that's okay. So we're going to lay that there and get that. So what it's going to do, we're going to set this on here. Get it to where we want it to close, right? So that's what it's going to look like. So I'm going to hold this down, and then I know I've got to put adhesive on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and just run a line right through here. All right. Now we have to go back since I moved it off. I'm not paying attention. All right, so let me just hold it for a second, because I don't want to put the glue on there until I know I've got it right. And I think that's going to work right about there. So let's go ahead and pop that down. I think it's going to go right about there. I'm not going to set it down exactly taut until I move, so I can move it. And we need to move it up just a little bit. I think that's good. So we'll get that on there. All right, and then there's our card after I take the glue off this. So you open up the card and then pull this out, and that's why I did it, so it blends with that. Even though my Christmas is crooked, but you know what I can do? Well, first of all, it's crooked because I put this on here crooked, but what I'll do is put another piece of white right here and re-stamp it, and then no one's going to know the difference. So I'll just cut it this size right here. So isn't that a cute little card, though? And then you can put you can put other things if you want to decorate on the front. If you want to put some ribbon or put another sentiment on the front, you're welcome to do that as well. But I thought that was another cute, another fun fold. It's really pretty to, easy to do. And I'll get my glue eraser and we will take the glue off this. And I guess it came from my die cutting machine because it didn't have that on there until I got it on. There we go. It's all cleaned up. So look at that. All right, so there's our first card. I think that's cute. I might put something down here because it looks kind of naked. So I'll have to think about that. I mean, it looks nice, but I think it needs something down here. All right. All right, so there's that card. We're going to put him off to the side. Let me move my circles out of the way. And then we're going to move on. What? My dog is jumping up. I don't know what she's doing. I hear clicketing, clacketing on the floor. Riley, are you okay? Like the dog's going to answer me, right? Are you okay? What are you doing? Did you jump off the couch? Okay. I guess she's fine. She's wandering around. Okay, so the next card that we're going to make, we're going to do this fan fold, the twisted gate fold. Let me show you this. Now, we're going to do it in a different direction. But here's the card. Isn't this pretty? Now, this is supposed to glue down, but it's not. I didn't put enough on there. So here's the fan that we're going to create. Now, this is the first time I've made this. We're not going to do this because this background's a little too much. This is one of the papers that's in the online exclusives, and I used the ink and tiled. This is Granny Apple, and I used the ink and tiled stamp set and cut out, just fussy cut those flowers. So then what you're going to do when you open your card, now this is going landscape, and we're going to make ours portrait. So then you open it up, and that's how the card opens, and then it folds. Okay, so there's my happy birthday, and then it sets right there and makes its own little stand. Isn't that cute? And it's pretty easy, actually. All right, so that's what we're going to be making. A twisted... Let me move my stuff so I can get to my notes. The Twisted Easel Fan card, okay? All right, so we are going to start with, let me get all my stuff here. Hold on. Okay, is this red? Yeah. All right, so we're going to start, let me move this out of the way. And I've got all my stuff already cut out. Okay, so it's pretty basic. 5.5 by 8.5 cardstock, right? This is our base. And again, we're going to just score this and fold it in half. Whoopsie, hang on. I got paper sticking to me. So we'll just fold this in half. Well, actually, hang on a minute. We need to get this out because we got to do another score. So hold on. All right. So we're going to score this at 4 1/4, and I'm going to do this portrait. So this one's going to be in a different position. So we're going to score it at 4 1/4. Okay. Now, on the piece on the left right here, let me fold it in, make sure I've got it straight. Okay. All right. So this piece here that's going to fold like that, we're going to score it from the right top corner down to the bottom corner. Okay. So we're going to lay it in our trimmer, and we're going to line up our lines. So we want our point up here. And then we want our score line, because that's where it's going to go to right there. And we're going to score. All right. So we're just going to make a good score here, because this is what we're going to turn. And then you want to fold this inward. So when we fold it, we want to fold it back. So we're going to fold it towards the inside of the card. And the reason being is that's what's going to be our mechanism for it to stand up. Okay. So it's going to go like that. And we're going to stand it up like this. All right, so that's that part. And then we're going to take a piece of basic white, and we're going to put that on the inside. And if we want to put any sentiments on the inside, you can do that. I'm not going to put anything right now. I might do it when we get done, but I think I'll probably leave it blank until I decide what I want to do. So we'll go ahead and add this to the inside now, because we will, I will put my sentiment, because that's going to be my stopper. And then I guess you can write around the stopper, you know, to keep the card open. Okay. All right. So that's that for the card for right now. So let's go put this out of the way. We're going to take, now this is from the Beary, it's Beary Christmas that goes part of the Beary Cute set. So we are going to, this is what we're going to make our fan out of. And then I've just cut some sentiment, not this one. I've just cut these, we're going to use for the sentiment. I cut two because I think I'm going to cut one in half, but we'll do that when we get done. That's going to be our stopper. Now, since we're going to do ours in portrait, what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate. Now, as you notice, you're not going to see a lot of the white. Now this has got a little bit more showing here because of the way the fan's going, but I'm going to do it in the portrait mode. So I'm going to decorate, and you may be able to see some of this and you may not, but that's okay. I'm going to decorate around the edges of the card. So, and then I'll do something at the top. So I am going to stamp some packages. Let me get my Memento ink out, and then we'll work on the fan. So let me do this first, okay? So I am going to take this package, stamp, and I'm going to stamp, let me see, do I want one here? And it probably is not going to be seen. I'm going to put two right here. Oh, I probably should have went, you know what, let me flip this over. I'm going to I changed my mind. I'm going to put this one close to the end here, if I can see. All right, so we're going to, and you can decorate this however you want. And once we get it done, you're going to see that. You're not going to see much of this once we put the fan on there. But I do want to make sure that it's, we've got some stuff around the edges. And then I'm going to take the little package in that stamp set. And we're going to stamp, I'm going to stamp one here. So I'm just going to, in case the bottom, and I'm not getting close to the bottom either. All right, and then I'm just going to come up the edges. I'm not going to, good Lord, let me get another piece of paper. I'm not sure what's going on. Operator error, obviously. All right, let's try this again. All right, let's see if we can do this. I might have to, whoopsie, might have to stick my head in here, so give me just a second. All right, we're going to get him right to the edge. That's better. And then I want this one right to the edge. That's better. Because I have to be able to see what I'm doing here, and I apologize. So I'm going to put this little package here. And that's crooked, but that's all right. I'm not going to worry about it. I guess I don't have, I put ink on my, oh, this is not the one I inked up. I did the one on my desk. Okay. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to place these little packages up around the edge of the card. And we're going to decorate them. And I'm only going to go up like 3/4 of the way because I'm going to put a bear up here to sit. And I think I can do one more package. Nope, I think that's good. I'll leave it like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side because really our fan is going to cover up probably most of this. The edges might show a little bit, but I'm just going to do this anyways, just because. All right, so that's all I'm going to do. And then I'm going to color these, and then I'm going to stamp my bear, and then we'll have everything ready to put our fan on. All right, let me just clean this real quick. Okay. And, okay, so now let me just we're going to do, I'm just going to color these red and blue, these packages. So I'm just going to come through. I think I'm going to do them every other color. So I'm just going to do the whole box, like one color, and then I'll just change. We're going to do balmy blue and then the red. So we're just going to color them. And I'll do this one down here. Using the larger tip just so I can move a little bit faster. And then this one, I'll do this one here. Stay within my lines, right? All right. I don't know, I guess, yeah, let's, all right, I'm going to do this one red because it's on this side with the blue. Don't ask me why. And we'll just come down with this and color that. And then we'll just get this colored in. And again, you guys, you know, use your imagination. You can draw whatever you, oh, let me do one over here. So that's going to be red. We'll do this one red. So I'm going to do this box blue. So we're just going to change colors up. Okay. All right, now let's do the balmy blue. So we'll color this one. And this one I'm using the nub. Don't ask me why. All right, so we're going to do that. And you'll see once we get this fan, it's probably not going to make a difference if we put this on here or not. But I wanted to put something just so it didn't look like it might be naked. Which I guess I could have waited and did the fan first to see what would show, and then I could have decorated around it, huh? But that's okay. And then we're going to color this one. And this is the light balmy. Okay. And then let me get the large one. We'll flip this around. No, Riley does not have a sweater on. She likes the cold weather, believe it or not. That dog, she's 14-ish. She gets cold. She wants to start jogging. I'm like, oh my gosh, where did you come from? But she does have sweaters because it does get, you know, when it gets cold. She has a turquoise and black sweater, which she doesn't mind wearing it when it's, you know, 30-some degrees out. All right, so there's our packages. I'm going to stamp my Sitting Snow. You know what? I think I might. No, let's go ahead. I'm going to stamp him because I know he'll go up here. So I'm just going to stamp the Sitting Bear right here. Because did I just get, oh, you know what? Look at that. I had black. Oh, well, we're trying not to touch that. And then I'm going to do the little baby bear. I'm going to have the baby bear like he's walking to his mama or his daddy, whichever it is. All right, and then do I want to put, let's put a blue. Did I bring blue? No, I didn't. All right, do we want a scarf? Let's put a scarf on Dad. I guess we'll use the red. I was going to use blue, but I didn't bring it over here. All right, let's put a scarf on the dad or mom, whichever he is or she. All right, and then this one I think we've done before. You just want to hold it and look to where it goes between the neck, and then you can just pop it down there, and it fits perfectly. And I don't think I didn't leave room for this one to have a hat, so we're not going to put a hat on him. All right, so let's move this out of the way, and then we're going to push that off to the side, and we'll start with our fan. So this part right here is pretty easy so far. And then once you see how the fan is done, you're going to find that it's a pretty easy thing. So if y'all make one of these, make sure you share it so that we can see what you've done. Okay, so our designer paper for the fan is going to be 4 1/4 by 11. And then what we're going to do, and this is where I need my, I should have brought my scoring board over here, but that's all right. All right, we're going to score. We're going to start on a 1/2 inch. And we are going to, let me see, hang on a minute. Score, yeah, we're going to start at a 1/2 inch. And we're going to go a 1/2 inch each, all the way to the end, okay? So we're going to start at a 1/2. Actually, let me do it this way so I can hold on to it. So we're going to do a 1/2 inch here, and then I'll flip it over, okay? So we're going to do a 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to flip it. And then we're going to move it down to 1. Hang on a second. Let me open up my arm because we'll need this open, okay? So we've done our 1/2 inch. Let me get my right side right here. Okay. So now we're just going to go every 1/2 inch and score. So we did a 1/2. Now we're going to do 1. And then slide it down to a 1/2. And this is the part that's a little time consuming, but, and then we're going to down to 2. I had the scoreboard, which makes it, I should have brought that over here, because that would make it a lot easier. I could have just zipped it on out. That's 2 1/2. And then we're going to go 3. If you don't have the scoreboard, you should get one, because it really does come in handy. Now we're at 3 1/2. I use it, and for some reason, since we've moved here, I haven't used it as much. It's on my desk. It's to the left of me, but for whatever reason, I have junk all over it, and I don't use it, and I used to use it all the time. Now we're moving down to 5, and then we're going to go to 5 1/2, and move it down to 6, and always make sure you're butted up to the top of your trimmer, because you want to make sure at the header Now we're going to do 6.5 and then 7 and so on. Because if you don't, then your lines are going to be off just a little bit. All right, so that's 7.5. We're at 8, 8.5, and at 9, almost. What did I say? 9, 9.5. Let me get over just a tad. Hang on. 9.5, 10. Make sure it stays taut. 10.5. Let me move this over. It's kind of hard to see it. All right, we want to go 10.5, so that's going to be right there. Right there's 10.5. And we're going to go to 11. Oh, I didn't cut this, did I? Shoot, I meant to cut it down. I'm a dodo. All right, this is at 11, which is where I got to cut it off. It should be 8.5 by 11. I left it at, what, 12? Yep, so let me cut this 1 inch piece off, and then we'll still be good. Whoops. So we did, what did I go up to? Hang on, what did I say? Yeah, 12 by 11. So let me cut off the inch. I meant to do that. I was thinking I had already done that. So we'll just move this down over here to the 1 inch part, and we're good, because I'm just going to cut off that piece that I just scored. No big deal. Let me make sure it's on the 1 inch right there, and just get my paper cutter in there. There we go. So we'll cut that piece off. All right, so 4.25 by 11. Make sure I got it 4.25, right? Yep. Okay, we're good. All right, now we're just going to do a folding. So we're going to start folding. So we're going to come in, and then we're going to start folding all of these halves. So after about the 3rd or 4th, you're going back and forth. You want to use your bone folder and just kind of give these some good creases as you're folding. Okay, so that one we just come down. So we're just going to go back and forth on the 1/2 inch marks. Okay, so just fold and just keep folding. And you can come back in and do some burnishing. Okay, and then we'll fold and just keep folding. This is a part that's a little bit, you know, you just want to take your time so you get your fan, the blades, if you will, folded. And some of them might be off just a little bit, but that's okay. Once you open it up, it's not gonna matter. So we're just gonna keep going back and forth, and we're gonna fold it. Get on our score lines. Let me get that there. I'm gonna go ahead and score that there, and then I'm gonna come back here and just score a couple of them. Make sure we got those. Sorry if I keep coming out of the camera. All right, we're gonna do that. So we're just going to keep folding backwards. Again, I'm going to come in with my bone folder because I want to make sure we get some good creases there. And come back. Have y'all seen this card? This type of card made? All right. And then we're just going to keep folding our pieces. And they may start looking a little bit off, but that's okay. Don't worry about it, because once we open it, it will be fine. Okay. And then I'll just come back, and we've got, I'm going to do some more creasing here, just to give them some good creases. So our fan stands out. Let me go back in here a little bit, just on the edge, that's all. Just make sure we got some good creases, okay? And then we'll do this one. Get that one in there. Yep. And then this one's going to come down, which is the way we want it. All right, so let me hold on to this, and I'm going to put the bone folder here and just get a couple more nice creases on the fan part. Okay, so we've got that. So now what we want to do is we are going to come in and we're going to put glue, maybe about not even a 1/2 inch. You're going to put glue on all of these. And we're going to start here, and maybe you don't want to put a lot, but maybe a 1/2 inch, if that's it. And we're just going to start folding them down so they'll adhere. All right, and we just want to, because we want to just get it to where it's going to hold, and then we're going to let this sit, And I probably did all the work that I should have been doing while we were waiting for this to dry. So we just want to just add adhesive to each little flap, maybe a ½ inch or so, if that. Doesn't have to be, whatever you want. This is what's going to hold it. So we're going to put that there. And we're just going to keep doing each, whatever you call this little flappy do thing, the fan. Okay, so we're just going to keep folding it down and then add some more adhesive. And you probably could do your seal, would probably be quicker, but I don't, it might be hard trying to get it on there because you don't have a lot of workspace as far as that. But we're just going to go ahead and glue that. All right. So a couple more pieces and we'll be done with that part. Okay. And really, it's a beautiful card. I mean, this is really the hardest part right here. And it's not even hard. It's just tedious. You know what I mean? So we're going to just put some glue. And then we're going to put glue here. Right on the last one. Whoops, I got a little bit too much, but that's all right. All right, and now what you need to do is get a clip or a chip clip or something. I've got an old, I don't know what you call this thing. I'm just going to hold this right here so it holds it tight enough so that it gets, it'll hold it in so the glue will set. And let's see, what can I do now that we're waiting? Well, let's see. We've got this, so we really can't do anything until, because I've already put the card and did all of this. I guess I could have done that. Oh, let's do our sentiment while we're waiting. So this, we just want it to sit. Now you have the option, you can have your paper showing this way, or I want this to be on the top of my set here. So just let this sit for a couple of minutes. We're going to go ahead and do our sentiment while we're waiting, okay? And I am going to use the Warm Wishes, and I use the, oh, daggone it, I didn't write down, oh, is it the nested? No, I'll have to let y'all know. I'll put it out there tomorrow. I can't remember what I used to die cut this. But we're going to use the Warm Wishes stamp set. And I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do it in blue. But I guess I do need the blue ink, don't I? Hang on a second. Let me grab that. I have every other color but that one. Hold on. And we'll do Balmy, since that's in our color scheme. All right. We'll go ahead and stamp our Warm Wishes on there. I think it should fit. And then what I'm going to do is cut that in half and make it look like it's big enough to fit the back of our sentiment. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this right in the center. Hopefully I got it in the center. Okay, close enough. Whoopsie. All right. Now the dog's under the desk. And then I am going to take, and she's scratching, because I want this to show through, because it's the same size, or I could do it like that. But I was thinking what I could do, actually, let me think. Oh, I know what I want to do. I'm going to cut it this way. I'm going to cut it long ways. So I'm going to cut down from tip to tip. And this is just a little trick to make it look like you did this and it fits. So we're going to put some adhesive. I'm going to use my seal because it'll make it a lot quicker. So I'll just put a little piece there and there. And then I'm just going to lay this. Let me get my stitch. Riley, where are you going? I don't know what's up with that dog. Now she's going to try to get on the couch. All right, so I'm going to lay this about like that. Yeah, I hear her in there clicking around. It's time for her to get her toenails cut, I'll tell you. So I'm going to put it like that, so it's going to give it a border. Let me turn it, let me just check to see with my, there we go. There's our stitches. And then I'm just going to move this one up. So it looks like it goes through the whole thing, but it really doesn't. You can see a little gap on the sides, but that's not going to be that noticeable. All right, and then what we'll do is you can place this wherever you want it. And we're going to pop this up on dimensionals, because this is going to be our stop for our door to stay on our card, okay? I'm not going to set this yet, but we have to decide where do we want it. So it could technically go like that, and it could hold it this way, but I think we may want to have it, that way once we put that other piece on here, because we're going to put our white piece on here, so that's going to be on here like this. So we'll decide that in just a few minutes. So this thing is going to go on here, okay? So what we're going to do, we're only going to glue right here, the bottom part that's going to fold. So what I would recommend is to only put the glue here and then lay this on, and then that way when we go to open it, it will automatically stand up like that, okay? So that's all we want to do is add glue, and we'll go ahead and put that, and it's going to have a little bit of a border. So let's just come down and put the glue here, and I'm leaving a little bit of an outline, and then we'll just put some more in here. Okay, so while we're waiting to do that, we're going to go ahead and attach this. All right, so we're going to lay that on here. All right, get that on there. All right, so now when we go to open it, once we get our fan on here, then it's going to open like that. So we could put our sentiment here, that's going to lock it in, and then you'd have the space up front to write. But we'll see what it looks like once we get our fan on there. Okay, so I think this is probably dry. We just want it to hold it enough so it clamps it together. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our fan and we're going to spread it out on the card, okay? So you just want to kind of spread it to the width of what you're going to do. And we're going to put this in the corner like that. All right, so I'm going to move all of this down and around. And I've got these little pieces here I'm going to tack down. So my little bear is going to be hidden, but that's okay. We're all right. We're just going to do it about like that. Now, if you did it long ways, obviously you'd have more room like I did on the other one. But I wanted to do this one portrait. So we're just going to do it just like that. And then we're going to put some glue down on the back side. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my glue on here, and we're going to put them on all these little, on the back side of the, what they call them, the flutes. And then I'll glue the bottom down. So I'm just going to take and put a dab of glue right on this little thing right here. Not a lot. We're just going to put a little dab. Get my thing going here. Hold on. All right. So we just want to put a dab of glue, just enough that's going to hold it in place. So we don't want a lot. All right. So just a little bit on each one of these little flute things, they call it. And we're going to make sure that those stick down. That's what's going to hold this fan to the base of our card. Okay. Whoops, got too much on that one. But we'll, that's okay. No one's going to see it anyways. So just put a little bit here. No big deal. And then what we'll do is we're going to add a little bit of adhesive and tack this side down too. Okay. Now I'm going to take my seal and I'm going to just put a little piece right here because that's going to be easier for me to hold that down. If you have a hot glue gun, you can use that as well. I'm just going to put a strip of seal right there. All right, so I'm going to lay this on here. So I know that's where it's going to stay. And then I'm going to open my pages and get it where I want it. And then we're just going to kind of hold this down. And then these little pages on the end, you can try to pull them and lay them flat. But I'm just going to let this sit. So this fan's not going to be opened as wide as the other one. But let's just open it just a little bit more. So you can adjust your fan. So you could do it landscape. It might be better because you get more out of the fan itself. All right, so isn't that cute? I do kind of like the packages around it though. And then what we want to put something over here, and I couldn't figure out what to do. So I just cut a circle out of the paper with the little bear. Now you can put a bow or something if you want to do that, if you want to wrap a bow around it before you put it on here and tie a bow, that would look pretty. I'm just going to glue the little snow, the bear on there just to show, so it kind of hides this little part right here. That's the only difference. And if you don't see that all of these are sticking down, you can just go back and add a little bit, use a little fine pen type of glue. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to put a strip down the center of this because I think that's where it's going to stick to my fan. And I'm just going to lay that there so it covers it. All right, and I've got my fan on my, hang on a second, I need to lift this up because it's, whoopsie, hang on a minute, because it's not this one, let me hold this one. This one's not on my seal. I want to make sure I get that on there. Okay, And then these will just tighten down. We'll push down. I may come back and put a little bit more glue. So like right there, I can add a little bit of glue here. I'm not going to lay it flat because it's, but I'm going to put a little piece right there on the edge. So get that one to hold down, and I'll put a little bit right there. And then we'll just hold it. Okay, and that one's pretty good. All right, so now I'm going to lay this on top just to kind of decorate the bottom of that. Now this will be a little bit bulky to mail, so just keep that in mind. You will probably have to pay some extra postage because it's going to be a little bit bulky. All right, now when we open our card, we're going to open it and it's going to go like that. God, I tell you what, I've got glue all over everywhere. And I think we should, because then they can open it like a regular card, right? So they can read your message. So I'm going to put my opener towards the bottom. That way you can write, you'll have room to write your message, and then they can just set this up. And we're going to put that right there. I think I'll put it right there. And that way it will hold that closed, and then you still have room. So let's go ahead and take our dimensionals off of here. All right. And let's see, I want it to stand up a little bit more, so I'm going to put it at an angle. Whoopsie. I'm going to put it just like that. So again, you're going to have some bulk right here because we've got that underneath plus the fan. But now, when we go to open it, we're going to twist it, and then it pops open. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Can y'all see that? And then you have room to where you can write your message up in here. And I probably should have stamped my little baby up here, but that's okay. That's all right. You've got to play with it. And depending on which direction you go with your fan, now you can see how this one spread it. I had it spread out more on this one, and I did this one as the 4 1/4 by 11 this way, and then we just twisted it up like that. So this one you have more room to display your fan in the long version, okay? So there are the cards that I created for you guys. I hope you enjoyed them. And here is the other fun fold that we did. I'll put that there so you can see that. And then here is our bear, and we fold that down flat. So this I would probably mail like in a bubble mailer so it doesn't get flat, because you don't want them to get their card and all of a sudden your fan has gone flat on them. So anyway, so there you go. We'll pop this guy up. Isn't that cute? And then I could probably turn this bear a little bit so he's angled up. But isn't that precious? So there's our fan fold, our twisty fan. And then here is our other one that we open up. Of course, I'm going to put another piece right there of white so it's not crooked. And then there's another fun fold. All right, I hope you all enjoyed these 2 cards. I appreciate, let me put the other ones in here so you can just kind of see the other colors that I used and designed. So let's put that one here. Hang on. I'll put that there to hold it. Let me put the scissors on it. Hold on a minute. And then I'll bring the other one in that I did with the inked and tiled. All right, so there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the Twisted Easel Fan card. I really think this is pretty. If y'all create any of these cards, make sure you share, post it on my page, on the VIP group. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thanks again, everyone. I really appreciate you spending your Tuesday with me as always. And enjoy these cards. And then Friday at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be doing a curvy gatefold card. So you'll need to come back and watch that. If not, you can always watch it on the replay. All right, everyone. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you